Today, we turn the spotlight on two figures who have shown resilience and strength in their personal lives and in public service. Good morning. This is Attorney Karen Jimeno, and we're taking you at the forefront. Congresswoman Janice Degamo, widow of the late Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo, rose from serving 9 years as mayor of Pamplona to the Congress as the current representative of the province's 3rd District. Her victory is seen not only as a personal triumph, but as a strong statement against the Teves family, the political dynasty long entrenched in power in Negros Oriental. With us this morning is Negros Oriental's 3rd District Representative, Janice Degamo. Good morning, Congresswoman Janice.
Good morning po, Attorney Karen, and to everybody watching you right now. Magandang umaga po sa lahat.
Well, una sa lahat, ano po ang reaction nyo sa no hospital arrest and no preferential treatment kay dating Congressman Arnie Teves?
Oh, that's really something very good to know. Lalong-lalo na pag hindi lang salita, talagang sagawa din. Because that is really what he deserved. Marirealize lang talaga ng isang kriminal ang the extent of the damage other families have felt kung siya rin mismo hindi nag-i-enjoy ng special treatment sa kulungan at hindi siya inaalaw yung hospital arrest. Kasi po parang naaabuso yung hospital arrest. We have seen that happen to so many public figures po, na pag malaking tao ang nagkasala, nabibigyan kaagad ng hospital arrest. And to what happened to us, it isn't fair. So nararapat lang po na no hospital arrest and no special treatment.
Congressman Janice, nung bring up ko po ito, nakikita ko na ngayon naiiyak pa rin kayo pag pinag-uusapan niyo itong issue na to. Ano po ba, alam ko marami kayong pinagdaanan, pero ano po ba yung mga pinakamahirap na pinagdaanan niyo under Congressman Arnie Teves?
Actually, mahaba-habang mahaba-habang battle, no? Long before the governor's death, long before my husband's death, may existing problem na talaga when we talk about abuses. Lalong-lalo na po sa usaping yung mga land grabbing issue doon sa amin. The poor will go to my husband. Kaya nga minsan nasasabi ko, yung husband ko ang nilalapitan nila, kaya tuloy siya nagkakaroon ng yung mga taong galit sa kanya na malalaking tao din. So from land grabbing issues to simple mananampal ng constituent mo. I know you have seen what happened here in Manila when the son of former congressman tried to slap, pinaluhod, tinutukan ng baril yung isang security guard. Yung mga ganyang usapin at problema, lalong-lalo na po yung mga riding in tandem na points back to them, talagang nilapit na namin yan to the former administration. There was a time, parang a regional peace and order council meeting was held at Silliman University. Pero nagtataka rin kami, there was no media, parang closed door na yun. And we thought talaga at that time na that will be an answer to my fear. Yung fear namin na baka darating talaga ang panahon na hindi lang ibang tao, baka it will really also happen to us because may naririnig na kami ng mga threats and we know their capability and their capacity to really do it. Kaya yung mga pangyayaring iyon talagang kinimkim namin. And nag-request kami ng Senate hearing nung nabubuhay pa yung husband ko. Because there were incidents po na pag may namatay, may binaril, they will always say it's Degamo who did it.
Kayo yung
tinuturo. But talagang mabuti po ang Diyos when the owner of the Mang Atchans Tusino they were gunned down in broad daylight and they survived the gunning down. Nag-decide sila to file a case. Nung una po, the very lawyer na nagtanggap sa kanila, brainwashed them and told them it was Degamo who is running after youth. Nagtataka sila, bakit si Governor Degamo ang galit sa amin? But later on, sabi ko talaga, mabuti talaga ang Diyos because that day came na that very lawyer who accepted the fee from them, na acceptance fee, siya mismo ang nagsabi talaga na itutuloy niyo ba talaga yung kaso? Alam niyo ba kung sinong makakalaban niyo dito? Kalaban niyo dito, active duty police officer, yung si Alabata na nagbaril sa kanila. This police officer answers to a colonel, si Colonel Tolentino. And this colonel answers to the congressman. Talaga ba you have the guts to really run against these people? And it was then that they realized na, oh, it's not Degamo after all. So yung mga ganyan po, nag-request kami ng mga Senate investigation. Alam nyo, napagbigyan lang kami nung patay na talaga si Governor Degamo.
So nung dati pa pong administration, hindi nagkakaroon ng Senate inquiry dito?
Yeah, hindi nagkaroon. The last time I was with Senator Villar and we were talking with Senator Bato, nagkaroon ng resolution yun, pinasa sa akin. I was glad when I saw that there's a resolution already for a Senate probe about our request. Pero sabi ko, bakit parang hindi tayo pinatawag? So walang date. But when Roel was murdered, talagang nilaban ko yun. Sabi ko, no, there has to be an exposure to what our problem really is in the district. Kasi pag nagpatuloy ito, talagang there will truly be a breakdown of the criminal justice system of our province.
Pero hindi ba malungkot na umabot pa sa pagkamatay po ni Governor Degamo? Ano po bang incident ang nag-lead para ma-trigger na umabot sa punto po na i-assassinate si Governor Degamo?
I think the fact that they find it very difficult to topple him down. Kasi si Roel, it was not an easy victory for him when he became governor. Alam naman natin yung history. He only became governor after the death of 2 governors. So nang naging governor siya, nilabanan na niya lahat. And he won in all those elections. Pero ang dami rin niyang kaso. The opponents hurled cases against him left and right. Pero yun nga, pag nagkaso sila at naipanalo naman namin, there was a time na cut yung kanyang term as governor. Pero meron na namang provision in the law that if you weren't able to finish your term, entitled ka na naman to another term. So yung husband ko nga, nag-aano siya na, kasalanan rin nila na hindi ako natatapos dahil nagkakaso sila. Pero I think what really triggers it, na humantong talaga sa ganun, is the fact that paano sila magiging governor hanggat nandyan si Governor Degamo. Parang yun yung paniniwala ko. The fear that they might not be able to get the position for themselves.
So this exposes yung political violence in several areas in our country. Pero kayo yung isa sa pinaka-example na naranasan nyo talaga ito. Do you believe the government is genuinely committed to eradicating or dismantling mga private armies, or even like the way you would talk about yung mga riding in tandem at yung nagre-report sa mga colonel, parang entrenched siya doon sa system natin? Meron bang genuine efforts to eradicate this, or does it depend on selective enforcement depending on shifting political alliances?
I do not want to say it is selective because, and most especially, I do not want to believe that it is political motive that is behind the help that we get from the administration. I would like to believe that the administration is really serious na wag naman yung mga ganitong klaseng, ganito ka brazen acts na gagawin in the name of getting a position in office. Mali po kasi talaga. I believe the president is genuine with his desire to really mawala, matapos na yung mga labanan na bloody. No? Lalo-lalo na sa usaping to get a position in government. Kasi dapat naiintindihan natin yan that it has to be the people who will choose you. Never getting the post for yourself because you murder someone.
Yeah, but even having private armies or yung arms, kahit sabihin mo na yung the way you intimidate mga constituents, maling-mali talaga eh. Kahit, let's say, kahit wala kang kalaban, the way you use resources for harassment, intimidation, and yung having mga mga arms kasi dapat nga hindi naman tayo pumapayag na may baril ka lang basta-basta, strict siya. So, natanggal na po ba itong ganitong sistema in your
District, in
province?
your area.
Oo, pero may alam ka ba na nangyayari pa to sa ibang probinsya?
In my personal assessment, I believe because the government is paying close attention to our district, nababago po. Dati, paano ba sabihin sa Tagalog yung mingaw?
Mingaw.
Mingaw ang bulan kung walang binabaril. Oo, pag ano yung mingaw in Tagalog? In Tagalog, parang
Or English, kung ano po, translation maisip
you know,
ninyo.
parang, if I am to say it, parang seldom would it happen in the province that gunning down people
Doesn't happen.
doesn't happen
That's so
regularly.
disturbing. Oh, di ba
Yes.
disturbing yun?
During the Senate hearing, you can really see figures there. How many? Masasabi mo, mas maraming namatay sa baril kaysa sakit. Kaya, but that is not anymore the scenario now, which we desire to retain.
Yes, and I think rightly so. Parang hindi
Yeah,
naman...
kaya yun pong, when I was out campaigning, sabi ko talaga, my presence in Congress must be an answer to this long-time problem natin of criminality.
Yeah, as I said, parang hindi naman katanggap-tanggap na may ganong nangyayari.
Yes. Parang ang hindi ka panipaniwala na in this day and age, something like that could still really happen. And it is a sad story na talagang nangyayari po.
Well, you were mayor for 9 years and yung district niyo po dati as mayor was in the 2nd district sa Pamplona.
That's right
So,
po.
yung pagtakbo niyo po sa Negros Oriental 3rd district, was this a strategic move or a desire to just really displace po ang mga Teves sa district nila?
Actually, I want to be honest po. After my husband's death, sabi ko, no, I will no longer work this kind of, parang naano rin ako, na-discourage ako that, imagine what happened to my husband. On a Saturday, you open your compound to everybody who wants to meet you. One by one po yan, ma'am. May number yan, yung number 1, hindi yan one person, one group yan. Pag upo doon, iba-iba ang kailangan nila to the governor. My husband would meet them from 1 to 100
Wow, tsinatsaga
on
niya
a
talaga.
Saturday and Sunday. When other public officials would rather stay in their vacation houses, go away. No? And kaya sabi ko, ang unfair naman ang nangyari kay Roel. Napaka-true niya sa work niya, tapos ganyan lang. So when I was first encouraged to run, I said, no, I'm not running anymore. I will focus sa pribadong buhay. And I was even pushing it to someone else. Kaya nga nung last time after I won and we met with the speaker, sabi niya, oh, the reluctant the reluctant candidate, sabi niya. Because I was also very true when I said na ayaw na namin. But our national leaders made me see something I failed to see at first. Yun pong pinapakita nila. I think something like this po, parang sinasabi nila na, Janice, all we can do is to help you. But remember, kayo yung nakatira doon. Meaning to say, we can help as much. Pero yung ibang bagay, hindi pwedeng iasa sa amin. Someone has to take a stand. Someone winnable has to take a stand. So parang, and then came the survey result. And when the survey result came out, talagang nilabas ko lahat ng hesitations ko. I am hesitant because my security might be compromised. Yung nanay ko nga, sinasabihan ako, huwag ka talagang magpabaril sa kanila. Kasi walang maniningil for you. My mom would always tell me, my mom and dad, they are both 78 years old. Pag ikaw ginandown, walang maniningil para sa'yo, matatanda na kami na, buti si Roel, nandyan ka, sabi niya. So, yung hesitation ko, nilabas ko. And yun yung sinabi ng ating national leaders na ayaw din natin na yung mga nangyayari sa inyo. You are a peaceful person. If you can lead the district very peacefully and progressively, then you will be doing your husband a favor. And you will be doing the district a favor. Kaya nung I was out campaigning, ang disenyo ng kampanya ko talaga, at yun yung ipaglalaban ko, yun talagang turning the district into a smart district.
And what do you mean by smart city, smart district?
The smart district, alam naman natin, the issue of improving the connectivity is really something very important. At malaki ang budget na kailangan doon. With the improved connectivity, we will be able to kasali, no? But hindi naman siya yun lang ang purpose natin for the smart district. But ang intention ko po for coming up with that is we will be able to put up surveillance cameras in the entire area. Kausap ko yung police, sila General Torres, sabi naman nila, that is something very good. Napapadali yung trabaho ng police pag meron yan. At deterrent yan for criminals to really do the crime.
And it seems like that's one of the priorities, no? Yung peace and order
Yun
po
talaga
sa
po.
Negros.
Yes po. So yun yung reason natin, apart from, of course, pag may accessibility naman sa government service, by simply clicking a link, mas napapabilis din yung delivery of services to the public.
Well, yung pag-enter niyo po sa politics, some critics say your entry is based on sympathy and name recall than governance experience. How would you respond to that type of criticism?
Siguro, in a way, totoo rin yan. Ayoko ring magpaka-plastic. I believe that mainly the sympathy votes I get from my husband's death helped me reach this far. I am facing a 35 years leadership of the Teveses in the 3rd District. There was not a time na ang kongresista ng 3rd District isn't a Teves.
Wow,
Ngayon
35
lang,
years.
Yes. Ngayon lang po yan nangyari. So, in a way, tama po, no? But hindi rin nila pwedeng sabihin that I don't have experience in governance. I am proud of my track record as a mayor of the municipality of Pamplona.
And that was for 9 years, right?
Yes.
No?
And yung kasabihan po na if we can be entrusted with small things, hindi naman imposible na pwedeng i-entrust sa atin ng bigger responsibility.
Nasa Bible din po yun,
Yes,
no?
yes. Naniniwala po ako doon.
Ano naman po masasabi nyo dun sa kung magkikilatis na parang pinapalitan nyo lang ang political dynasty ng mga Teves ng isa pang political dynasty because yung Degamo family naman, nagkaroon na kayo ng governor, and ikaw po, nag-mayor ka na rin for 9 years. So, ano yung pag-displace lang ng one political dynasty with another?
Yeah, that's why I am out to prove them wrong. Na my presence in the 3rd District will be a more peaceful, more fair, no? And more progressive. Yung nandun tayo, love tayo ng tao, hindi tayo kinakatakutan. Wala akong masabi doon sa dynasty because totoo naman talaga na my husband is governor, I am mayor, my son is board member. Oo, pero you can decide what kind of or brand of leadership you would like to deliver to your people po.
So ngayon po, your brand of leadership, is it about continuing your husband's legacy or unfinished business? Or meron po ba kayong efforts to distinguish yourself from your husband?
Magandang ano po yan. My husband was the first public official sa aming dalawa. But I have been a public servant for almost 11 years when I was professor at the university. Kahit naman po mag-asawa kami at kahit marami akong nakikitang magagandang ginawa niya, I would like to leave a mark din po na ako ito. Ito naman yung style ko. Because minsan nagiging victim din ako dun sa the kind of public official my husband is.
And they expect the same from you.
And they thought that what Roel did, I will be doing. My husband is siguro very generous na tao yun, na minsan naaabuso. Eh ako iba ako. Generous din po ako. Pero I see to it that when I extend help, it is something that is really needed.
So may pagka-stricto din.
So parang different. Kaya I'm also hearing other people say, mas maayog ito si Roel, na ida-dialect ba? Pero ako, tinitignan ko how will I be able to touch his life dahil alam kong kailangan. Iba naman yung hindi tayo pumapayag na inaabuso din tayo.
Well, now na nasa Congress po kayo, ano pa yung mga ibang initiatives ninyo? What committees are you involved in right now in Congress?
Yes. Actually, we were asked to choose, no? We were asked to suggest 5. And of the 5 that I suggested, I was able to get 3. Committee on Agriculture and Food, Social Services, and Visayas Development. And may mga committee membership din ako dun sa hindi ko nakuha na mga suggestion ko for vice chair. Actually, pinasuggest din kami ng chair. Pero sabi ko, no, mag-o-observe muna tayo.
And that's good that you really acknowledge na gusto mo pang kumuha ng experience in Congress before you chair a committee.
It's a totally different world from being a chief executive of a local government.
So what do you
po.
plan to initiate, at least in the committees that you're going to be active in, like yung agriculture, for example?
Yes, kasi nung mag-mayor po ako, talagang hands-on ako. That is exactly what I told the DE also, the district engineer. Sinasabihan ko yan sila na, ano tayo ha, meron talaga tayong monitoring activity for our projects and programs. Nung nag-mayor ako, that's every last Friday of the month. So, kung wala yan dati sa inyo, magkakaroon tayo under my leadership. Yung mga policies that I will be pushing for would be those that will uplift naman the lives of our farmers. Yesterday, we tackled the bills that were passed by Speaker Martin Romualdez, along with others, Congresswoman Lani Revilla, and yung sila ACTS party list, Tinio, yung kanilang, kasi parang tinatanong ko rin kahapon how do you decide to choose which bills to discuss for the committee meeting? At kinocompile pala nila yung halos magkakapareho. So, before we went to the committee meeting, I did my readings also. And I realized na wala naman po talagang perfect na bill, pero sabi ko, magaganda po ito.
So may maasahan kami na lalabas po ng mga bills to improve agriculture further.
Yes po.
And ngayon po, yung isang hot topic would be yung flood control projects. Nangyayari po ba talaga na merong mga members of Congress na nakikialam sa mga infrastructure projects?
That is something I am yet to really find out, because I am a newbie.
Yeah, first
termer in Congress. In as far as what I know, kino-coordinate nila with the congressman na these are what is in the NEP. Like ako ngayon, yan yung problema ko ngayon because bago ako, when the submission of projects that we will determine for 2026 was required to be submitted, hindi po ako yung nag-determine ng mga project na yun because I was not
your
yet
predecessor.
Because I was not yet congresswoman at the time. So this time, iba yung mga nag-groundwork ako when I was campaigning. Iba rin yung ibang nire-request. Meron namang iba na similar dun sa nandun na sa NEP, and I'm happy. Pero meron ang daming wala. Kaya yun yung sinisipagan ko po na pumunta sa mga senators at dinadala ko sa kanila yung hindi nasali doon sa NEP na request ng mga tao ko.
Constituents.
Ng mga constituents
But then,
ko.
since nabanggit niyo po na for 35 years, ang mga Teves family ang umuupo doon sa district, sa walang nag-umuupo sa Congress na hindi Teves for your district. Meron ba kang nababalitaan dati na mga projects na either go, substandard, or kung pinagkakakitaan ba yung projects sa district dati?
You know, we will not just talk about the district. Kahit naman, when I was professor back then, naririnig natin na may mga officials na gumagawa talaga ng ganyan, ng mga ghost yung kanilang mga project. Ang masasabi ko lang siguro, I noticed that there were contractors being called at the hearing that are the same contractors from during their time.
From the time ng
The Teves administration.
Na gumagawa rin po sa Negros.
Yes, na gumagawa sa Negros. During their time, na gumagawa sa Negros.
Na nakikita nyo ngayon.
But yung sasabihin natin na gumagawa sila that we have to have a proof.
That's true. Oo, hindi naman
Sa mga
pwede
bagay na yan.
magbintang ng basta-basta.
Yes po.
But in your opinion, dahil kayo galing din kayo sa local government, so na-experience nyo yung other side na siguro hindi na-coordinate sa inyo yung projects. Minsan, ano po yung
pag may problema na po, tsaka sila lumalapit sa LGU.
Oo nga po.
Yun, sa experience ko, dun po ako minsan nagagalit o na-offend din. We had a concrete example nung There was our school, the elementary school of Pamplona, burned down. When it was built, it was not coordinated to the mayor. I was mayor at the time. But when there was a problem of claims, kasi nang ma-burn down, may mga lumalabas na they own the land, a portion of the elementary school. May lumalabas na, naggagawa na doon ng mga, nag-fence na, and they will now visit the LGU, requesting us to assist them to remove these people claiming to be owners of the lot. Yung mga ganyan na problema po, na pag problema na, kasali na kami. Pero pag wala naman pang problema, we are never even called. Pero ako, I put extra effort po doon. Yun yung sinasabi ko na I monitor our projects. I called the Provincial Engineering Office. I called DPWH along with our local engineer. Kasi inuupuan namin pag sinasabi nila na, si Kong merong project along this area, si Gov merong project along this area. Alam namin kung saan namin ipapasok yung amin. Kasi kami yung may pinakamaliit na kayang ipondo. Without that coordination, it might be na you will be funding one and the same project altogether.
Oo, nag-overlap.
Nag-overlap.
At hindi mo rin
Nangyayari po
nakikita
yan.
kung nade-deliver. Baka finance ng national government, hindi pala nagamit ng masto. And Congresswoman Janice, you clearly have your own leadership style and your own ideas and agenda. Kung ngayon po pwede niyo makausap si your late husband, your Governor Roel Degamo, ano po ang gusto niyo sabihin sa kanya?
Ako naman po, siguro I will tell Roel na I try to fill your shoe in my own way at sana kayanin ko na yung expectation ng tao with how you are and how I am right now, sana talagang tanggapin rin nila ng buong buo. Because after all, the intention behind my running for office have always been for the good of my district and my constituency.
Very well said. And lastly po, kung meron kayong maipapaabot na mensahe kay dating Congressman Arnie Teves, ano po ito?
Arnie, be man enough to face what you did to our loved ones. Magpakalalaki po kayo.
Thank you so much, Congresswoman Janice Degamo. And very inspiring po. I hope that you do very well in Congress.
I hope so too. Thank you po for this chance and time po, Attorney Karen.
Thank you.